think that they have players that can move past the personal issues, even if they dislike each other on a personal level. I think that they can get past it at a tournament this big. I think that Optic Gaming has a good roster of people who can move past those things.
Well, we'll see if they can move past the recent blunders and make the run here.
What was that grapple? That's not how you want to start a grapple off. Nope, that wasn't good. And I was going to say, that's what I'm excited to see is Karma with the grapple song, because that was one of the big changes that they were going to show after Miami is, first of all, I'm excited to see Scump run a Maddox, because I think that shows him maybe in a slaying position more and more times, but grapple song, Karma.
Are you shocked by how many issues Optic Gaming has had getting the roll thing right?
No, because I think a lot of teams have. I think what was shocking is that they won Vegas, right? So you're like, they got it figured out.
Yeah.
But then I think they were just, as teams learned the game more and more, it sort of, they got exposed.
Just feels like I heard a different setup every week from this team as they were trying to figure it out. But they're able to regain control of Elevator and get some time on the board. It'll be Trainhard set up at our next hard point at Orange as Optic look for the break. 3 drop for Optic Gaming inside a lobby. It's really TJ waiting, but TJ's actually able to pick up 2 by his lonesome, and Karma comes flying in through window. TJ gets 3. The cluster takes down 2. 2 still spawn safe in the back, but they're going to be able to flood and push that out. Natche's going to get caught. Risk will drop, and spawning out is Trainhard. That's a beautiful break for Optic Gaming, and that's all TJ, man, with 3.
Yeah, TJ, it feels like he's the key player for this team. It's just like when he's going off in search and destroy, when he's playing well in respawns, this team succeeds. I mean, that young duo between him and Dashy are just so darn good. But one interesting thing right now for Optic Gaming, they're running 3 SOGs on this map. You have TJ, Scump, and Karma all running the SOG. Krim with that ICR, and of course, Dashy with the Maddox. So we talked about that. You know, we saw a little bit of it at Miami. There's some teams who like to do it, but Optic Gaming right now running those 3 SOGs.
And TJ with the 11-4 start. I think it was Zeke that picked him up. He was 100 points off of streaks, and Zeke got the kill. So it's a very good start for Optic, but you don't get the streaks for TJ. But now let's see what the 3 SOGs can do as they go flooding in. Natche is going to get zipped up. 3 drop once again for Trainhard. This might be an early break once again for Optic Gaming, and that looks like it's exactly what it's going to be.
Yeah, well, Optic Gaming found 2 kills right as the new hill popped. So you had 2 players from Trainhard that spawned all the way out. So it was a 5 versus 3 on this side of the map, and Optic were able to take advantage of it. Zeke now trying to stay alive with the ICR. He has a 1 versus 1 with Krim in the back. If he opts to go for it, he does. Finds the 2nd kill. TJ already with a War Machine. We're on the 3rd hill, and he's 16-5 with the War Machine. TJ putting on a show.
And as he gets a big kill onto Zeke as well. Zeke was on 6 in a row working towards streaks, and TJ able to get a bit of revenge.
That looked funny.
Team kill really from funny. TJ, but it is a sensational start as it's a big advantage in the opening. Now we got Scump highlighted on that mini-map you see on the left-hand side. Scump is waiting to set up this pinch as they funnel in through the backside elbow. TJ will be hitting through bottom ladders, and now the collapse is going to start to go. He pushes in. Scump's going to hit from the backside. He should find an opening here to pick up players from behind, and that's exactly what will happen because Zeke spawns out back. They don't think anybody's in that position to get the collapse, and they're able to do it and at least get in for the contest inside of the hard point, Joe.
Yeah, nice job from Optic Gaming. Now, can they finish this off, though, and break this hill? Looks like they will. Behind TJ, behind Karma, as they find 2 with those SOGs. Now you have Krim in position, just watching that outer lane with the ICR. That's exactly where you want them. And now you see, because they have both sides of this hill, where Trainhard is spawning just so far away.
And this particular map for Optic, I remember talking to TP back at Anaheim, like, this will determine how their event goes in the sense of this will be their map 1. They will be playing a lot of frequency. They need to be good at frequency. They need to play well.
A lot of the top teams will, I think, really besides like a Gen G, will veto Seaside versus them, right? So it comes down to what do we want to play, and you know when you're playing the likes of like 100 Thieves, you're gonna play frequency. It's just what's gonna happen.
So they'll get a lot of them. Can they win them? That's a 4-man as the slam comes in from the 3-time. Karma.
That's why he's running Ruin Grapple. That's why he's using Grassland.
Leslie maybe saw an opening grapple blunder from him, but there, it's nothing but beauty as he gets 4. Now the streak continues up to 6 in a row. And a grab slam that leads to a lightning strike and a hellstorm for Karma as he's 17-11. Now a 100-point advantage for Optic Gaming.
And remember, Trainhard got 25 off the start. So since that first hill, we've had a full rotation. They've gotten about 30 points, while Optic Gaming has gotten 120.
Spectacular stuff from Optic as the specialist starting to load in. You've got the TAC 5 available. Scump's going to call that in. Dashy waiting on his Tempest, and you have 3 streaks to use. This has been dominant from Optic. Crim doing damage with the ICR from top window as well, and they'll have early side orange control. Nice wall bang there from Zeke. Pressure now to TJ to hold the back step. Zeke, though, picking them apart from mid-map. Could it be the opening that they need? It might have been, but it's Karma's streaks that come up huge. He'll get 1 with the SOG, 2 with the Lightning, and Optic will hold.
Yeah, and I think Optic Gaming fans, you know, you look at Miami, you're looking at the veterans to step up for champs. You're looking at the likes of Crim, you're looking at the likes of Karma to have much better events than they have in the previous months. Dude, and well, they're doing it right here.
Zeke is getting so many kills wallbanging people with the ICR. I think that's like the 3rd or 4th we've seen from Optic's POV.
Just did it again, Crim.
He is lasering people through walls right now. As Zeke is 21 and 15 in this one. But the stats won't matter much when you're down as massively as you are. It's been all Optic.
They're trying to fight for this trap time and rotate. You already have Kreza who's across the map. I mean, they have Optic basically trapped back here right now. As Karma finds Zeke on the elbow, that's going to allow them to push on up. But the new hills popped. Yakko not able to get the grab off. That would have found multiple. The Tempest able to connect and chain onto 1. War Machine now, I mean, you're using everything right now if you're Trainhard.
So not only is Karma making the plays with the grab slam, he's also shutting down the opposing grab slam as he's the one that's able to get that kill. But you just called in 3 of your heavy hitters. And yes, you're still on the hard point, but you better lock down a big portion of this time. It does lead to at least 1 lightning strike then in as well. They call the TAC 5 too. They're throwing everything. I mean, they know they have to. They've got to go nuts.
Well from Zeke.
That's all 5.
So Karma, I think, was using a Hellstorm. That doesn't turn into anything. The Lightning is going to be used by Risk. So yeah, literally all of their extra utility, their specialists, their streaks called in on this hill. And Optic's still able to find the final 10 seconds. But, I mean, Trainhard at least fought back a little bit, now only down 70.
Yeah, it's not yet a lot of choices. I mean, you're down so big, it's kind of like, hey, we got to go for some sort of big play here. Try to get 60 straight points, try to get the rotation to next, and begin to dominate this game. But it doesn't quite go how they would have wanted it to. We'll focus now on the next hard point as Dashy comes in on the flank. Easy pickings for him as Risk had just been focused onto Crim6. Dashy keeps it going, showing he can do it with the Maddox and the SOG. Still a Lightning in his back pocket to use as well. 3 down for Trainhard as Optic will get set up with only 45 more points needed. Okay, Dashy and Scump are just rolling through Trainhard right now.
The last 4 or 5 kills in the feed.
Jesus! Dashy lines up 2 fantastic shots from the Maddox. We go right back to Scump's POV, who's picking up kills as well. 8 in a row for Dashy, 3 in a row for Scump. And this game, all but over as Dashy starts to call on some streaks and try to wrap them into Elevator.
Yeah, he's able to get Yakko. I mean, Trainhard, yeah, it was such a terrible first rotation.
Train harder.
Yeah, maybe they should. Yeah. Thanks, Clint.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Joe. 7 more points needed. TJ with his next War Machine. He's 32 and 16. What a performance out of TJ. The man is an absolute monster. And just 1 more second needed. Yakko going to call on the grab slam, though. He's able to get that back in. Purifier now out for Crim6 as he looks to entry. I want to close it out here. They still have 30 seconds to look for this final point.
Yeah, you're just looking for 1. Karma and Scump get a couple of players weak. They're able to find a few kills. Karma still alive, trying to get the shot melee to go through.
Yeah, I think it's one of the situations where they're sort of like flying one by one.
Just gonna rotate.
Just trying to get this final second. But yeah, just rotate, get set up.
Rotate, lock it down. You just need 1 more second. Trainhard would have to try and get through, and it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen.
They have 1 chance at the back elbow. Maybe found a timing. Nope, Crim6 just picks up at the last second, and there is your map 1. I mean, I think we all think they're going to come out of groups, Joe. The big test is going to be, well, I know last year they didn't, but
EG, we'll see how that one goes.
That's true. Match. What did you say on, who did you tweet on Twitter? Is that Karma, like the apathy effect or something you said?
Yeah. Just apathy's always giving them a hard time. I think Ant on trading shots thought that EG was going to beat them and, you know, give Optic 2nd place in this pool.
Did that happen at, what was that, Black Ops 3 champs that happened?
Yeah, and then they had to play Envy in round 1, and they lost.
Yeah. Well, the one thing that I think stood out for me from the Trainhard side was that Zeked ICR. He was disgusting, but it's Natche that's able to make the play within this round, and Yako closes it out. They'll get the first round on the board.
Much easier.
Speaking of which, here's the sniper from Dashi. We'll see if they give him a shot. The one man over here will be Kreza at the back steps as Dashi just trying to find this angle. The bomb, though, you see all the way on the other side towards B. It looks like they're trying to bait out a rotation and maybe start to move up the map, but it actually looks like Optic are going to start to rotate over towards A.
Optic taking their time right now. I think just trying to get Trainhard to maybe overthink themselves, over-rotate, but they're here watching this A cross. TJ able to find the first blood. We know he's so darn good at finding those. Natche, though, inside of Vents, does get taken down, and TJ finds his third of the round, and that's going to be it. TJ, a big round from him.
Yeah, so good. 1-1 the scoreline. Back to Dashi's POV in the early rounds of the snipe. It'll be Kreza sniping on the other side of it. You saw these two take a shot at each other in the previous round, but no one really able to find the angle. Optic wants to get a bit aggressive. TJ peeks. This time, can't find the first blood. That'll be Kreza. Advantage to Trainhard.
Yeah, Optic get a little aggressive. Try to catch out that sniper, but Kreza was ready for it. Dashi, though, with his strife. You've seen the clips on Twitter with what this man can do with the pistol. Oh, he doesn't. He stopped shooting. I thought that was going to be the second kill. That would have been a 1 versus 2 for Scump. Trainhard, tie the game up.
Who was it that had the nasty strife play? Oh, it was Simp that had like that 1v3, right? The last event?
Yeah.
That was nuts.
I think it was on this map too, right?
Yeah, it was, yeah. Just finessing around the statue. Nice shot from Dashi. First blood to Optic. And they want to fly behind it. It looked like for a moment.
Yeah, Yako's just trying to play information right there. Just I think it goes a little bit too wide, and Dashi's able to catch it, and now you can see what Optic Gaming decide to do. They're just going to wrap it back towards A. And well, this is a good call because Trainhard rotated all their A members towards the B site. Now have to try to rotate on back. They have no map position towards this A side.
This frag. Will it connect? There's two players back here over the top. It goes. What a nade. You saw it from the Trainhard POV. A little teardrop in between two members as Dashi hits the snipe and hits the dime with the nade. 4 versus 2. Advantage Optic. Natche, though, nice one-on-one win. Can get away with his life. Zeked makes it a 2v2 as well. Are they going to clutch this up? Fortunate timing there for Zeked, and now going to be a one-on-one. Scump, Zeked, under 30 seconds on the clock. Scump has been tagged up so many. He's going to get the stun out. It's going to connect onto Zeke. He's able to peek the edge. Can't quite finish it, but there's the melee. Scump clutches up.
Play his 1v1 where you have to try to get that player to peek out wide.
He doesn't have a stun. He might lose that for sure. I mean, how many times did he get hit to like half health? He had to take it. What is that? Circus shot from Dashi is Kreza. His brains get splattered to the wind as he gets picked out a window. Advantage Optic.
You do have some map positioning towards the B side. You see Riss, he's in that corner. Problem is once he's spotted, typically he's traded very quickly. Can Dashi hit another snipe to open it up? And well, that player shoots. There goes Riss, able to find one, can't find the second, somehow still able to stay up. TJ can't find the kill, the heal comes through, able to find it.
3 versus 2 now. Nice win from Natche, but he'll get flooded out. Yako drops as well, and with plenty of time, Optic hop on the defuse. Another big round from TJ as he pushes out to 6-3. That's 3 in a row for him. Angles, you don't want to get caught from the players behind the bomb or set up the back banister. 3-2 Optic Gaming. Dashi back to the snipe. Kreza holding the angle. He just spotted him.
A lot of aggression towards the middle of the map. More Trainhard. A hit marker comes in. And looks behind that. They're going to try to fly. So Scump's going to have a lot to deal with. 3-man hit through middle. They're going to find the first blood. Just back away. I like that play from Trainhard.
And you see at number 7, and TJ gets right into vents. He knows they have mid-map control, wants to catch any sort of funny business or hop up from mid-map. So he'll get eyes on that. But that spreads the pressure a little bit thin at A with him having to worry about mid-map.
See how safe they're playing. They don't want to give Dashi an angle. Kreza and Risk inside the lobby. Watching the cross. He's going to try to get a snipe. Bomb planted, though. Can they find TJ able to do so?
That's a big pick. Before he can get into vents, 3 versus 5 now for Optic Gaming. Hit marker comes in. Crim6 at the same time is going to end up dropping. Nice shots onto Dashy. Karma gets his first kill, but he's in a 1v5. Nothing he can do. Nice round from Trainhard. Nice, well, aggression, then aggression turned into patience there at the latter half of that round.
Yeah, I mean, they send 3 middle and 1 B.
Safe, but you know if you get in events there, just wow. Frustrating. You can make it for the other team. All the personnel of Trainhard headed towards B. No eyes there yet from Optic Gaming, but you can see how far up that number 7 is in TJ towards A. So they've gotten a lot of information. And you can see that's going to prompt an immediate rotation across from Optic. Dashy, 2 kills with his last frag grenade. That might fall between players again. There's going to be the first pick. There's one in the back right corner. They're going to have to pick that up. He's able to get 1. TJ gets the trade. 2 versus 1. Is Yakko the last one up for Trainhard? Can he clutch? 30 seconds on the clock for Optic. Yakko a chance to be the hero.
Yeah, Crim's just watching a different 50-50.
He's
able to get it.
1 versus 1 now. He's gonna have the RK7, but Yakko up to the challenge as he
Jump has to get on that defuse.
That clutch will put Trainhard in front now in the round count. And Yakko with the big round will now find himself 300 off his streaks as well. You've seen how influential Dashy's frags can be. Can Yakko get 1 to connect? Nearly. I think it's Dashy that just avoids that.
TJ's got to be careful here. 2 players on him. Zeet and Risk, and while he gets a lot, I thought he was going to get lucky now.
Nice slide. Quick reaction there to get out of that fight. That was a Risk that got away, but
that's all he had to do was find 1. Job done for TJ. On the other side of the map, it was Crim who won his 1 versus 1. So the bomb being planted at B, they keep the man advantage. Great job by TJ recovering.
And the fact that there's so much focus on that side of the map for TJ, you have 2 players that are rotating across. By the time they get into the mix, you're already going to have, what, 15, 20 seconds milked off of this bomb timer. As now they start to set up the push. Crim6 spots 1 player deep. He's going to get caught. 3 versus 3. What a great cluster that is. Dashy has to back away. Now you've got sight control if you're Trainhard. Karma with the shots makes it a 2 versus 2. 1v1. Karma, the chance to clutch up against Yakko. Can Yakko clutch back-to-back rounds? Not enough time to do it, but he could get a little bit closer to these streaks with the gunfight win. There he's able to do it. Gets the lightning strike. We'll see when Yakko opts to throw that into the mix.
And I like this. It looks like they're trying to take mid control from Optic, so they can't get anywhere safe right now from that streak. But they get the information. He pings it, so doesn't have the ping, but they're going to try to go B behind this and maybe try to hit the players, find the first blood towards the back. That's going to be Crim, who's back there near that jump up. So, yep, it's called in. Does Crim get away with his life? Not able to do so. That's all they wanted to find was that first blood. Natche gets pushed up behind it with Risk.
That's a great streak. That is a great streak and huge numbers now to Trainhard. 1 player left in Dashy. Can't hit the snipe. He will drop, and that is just a fantastic use. The lightning strike. 1 round away as Trainhard from tying this up at 1-1. And behind that round, Yakko gets a Hellstorm to use as well. Pressure mounting towards Kreza. He's going to go ahead and back it up. They're going to call him the Hellstorm now. That's a free pick. Can't get away. Dashy tries to get out, but not able to do it. Back-to-back rounds that are opened up by streaks.
And almost like he got caught right before that vent, right? Like his slide stopped right before he wanted to get inside the vent.
Optic then bring it towards the B site. Zeke spots him and immediately backs up. Love that. Now Yakko with this big game. Look how close he is to a grab slam. So if they lose this round, he might have that for around 11.
Brendo able to find a pick in while he almost gets taken down, trying to get rid of that trophy that was set up. Risk going on the flank, able to find 1. Is the trade there from TJ? No, it's not. He gets taken down, but it's Cum's turn. Now a 2 versus 3, and you talked about the Graham. He has it. He's able to find 1. Can he find the second? No, but it puts Scump in a tough spot. Does he find a timing? Does he have enough time? No, the bomb's defused.
Trainhard, they get the search and destroy.
Oh, and you know?
I'll be honest, I took a phone call during this whole thing. I made it back, though.
And now you're ready.
I'm kidding. No, I'm kidding.
Map 3,
Heads in the game.
control. Trainhard, Optic Gaming.
All right, into the control we go. Zeke, so good over the course of the map one with the ICR. We'll see if he can keep it going here, but really the hero of that map too, Yakko, what a performance he had. We'll see if Optic can rebound as we get back into a respawn.
Yeah, I mean, that's going to be the big thing. Can Trainhard take a respawn off of Optic Gaming? But they go to B off the start. Able to find 2 ticks onto the site already, and this could be a very strong start for Optic. They're able to capture this zone B right from the get-go, and they find 4 more kills. That's what's going to happen. They have a 7 life advantage, and they only have to deal with A. This is going to be tough for Trainhard.
Yeah, this is a fantastic start from Optic. Typically, when you see that B capture early, it spells disaster for the defense. Karma already working towards some streaks, but as he gets cut down, not going to find any success there. Crim6 now with that kill will be able to continue to keep pressure with Dashy onto the spawn side of Trainhard. Make it so difficult for them to get the reinforcements back into the mix. Some friendly fire comes in, but Optic still, well, they go 3 for 3, I believe, but the trades end up on the Optic side at the end of things as they continue to funnel back into the point. First bit of objective progress almost done.
Yeah, can Trainhard get back into this situation? Zeke's able to find out with the ICR, that opening kill. So they're going to be able to contest on their side. Crim gets taken down once again with that ICR. So in a tough spot, Trainhard, they're able to answer back. I thought the round was going to be over, but nobody got really far pushed up for Optic Gaming, so that just made it easy for Trainhard to get back with numbers.
Play team deathmatch though right now if you need to, if you're Optic. You have a 7 life advantage. You have 90 seconds to work with. No pressure to get in near the objective right now, but you're bringing it a little bit closer if you're Trainhard. You go 3 for 1 over that sequence, make it 4 for 1. So suddenly, what, 17-10 down to 13-9 in the blink of an eye. Now, maybe a bit of pressure at Optic Gaming, because that's the opposite of playing team deathmatch. You just got to get smoked in that sequence. Nice frag grenade in from Kreza as well. Staggers the push once again from Optic. And
watch number 9. Watch. I think that's Riss. Yeah, going on a big flank through Ice Cream. Can he make the play? Or is Optic going to go before him now? They wait for that pressure, and then behind that, here comes a push for Optic Gaming. It's a 4 for 2. If Risk is able to make the play, maybe Trainhard can squeak this round out.
Now only 4 lives left for Trainhard. No respawns in. This will be the last push through. They have to get in because the objective progress so far for Optic, they're going to get smoked out of the point. And, you know, considering the circumstances from the opening of that first round, TJ now 175 off a streak. Karma 300 off.
It's a staggered push though from Trainhard. They're sending 2, but 3 are going towards that B side. And there we go. They find 3 kills. They find 4 kills. So this is perfect for Trainhard.
Optic Gaming put on the back foot immediately inside this defensive round. The comms are going to have to be on point to get the hold here. Let's go to an Astro Gaming listen in with Optic Gaming.
Weak 18.
One's green card.
218, there's 218. One's still 18, he's
218, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't.
Bind us. Dead. One shot there.
I hit 18.
They got
He's still 18.
They just capped A.
18 dead. Nice, get up.
You killed 2? You have underpass, right?
No, I don't.
I have underpass. Stay down. You play the corner. I'm looking your cross.
One's rock.
Someone has to help.
One's rock. I'm backing up.
I have your help.
There might be close front.
You're outer 18.
Yo, watch my push. I'm watching underpass.
I mean, I have to watch under.
I mean, you could teach.
Yo, one guy outer white.
Yeah, you probably should teach.
Shriek.
On the street, they're pushing up.
I'm backing up.
One in our base?
Yeah, he's top underpass.
dead.
Nice. 4. Wait, Nadashe was rock. He's rock. He's vending or something.
Can we chat, dude?
Last guy's
I'm
behind
getting
us.
top house.
He's
Play the corner
I'm
up here.
playing pushed up.
I'm gonna watch over them.
I'm pushing up with them.
You go back out.
Go around again.
I'm looking your back alley push out then.
I have your gold.
Fire truck. One's fire truck, guys.
Someone just look top.
One's like top or bottom house.
One out white.
Top underpass.
Another one top.
Underpass.
Yeah,
I got the gunner.
Nice.
Nice.
I think that's top 5, right?
Yo, he's crates.
He's in crates.
Yo,
Right out of the listen in and back into the action we go. 2 life, make it 3 life advantage for Optic Gaming. Looking to take a 2-0 edge.
Yeah, typically you ask me, Clint, what'd you think of that listening?
I thought it was strong. I mean, the fact that they had to get the defensive retake after the early pressure towards B, forced over to A, I think it was pretty solid from Optic for the most part.
I like that, Clint.
They call me the greatest COD mind of all time, Joe. Really, of all time.
Who says that? Who's they?
Oh, everyone.
Okay. I believe you.
Thank you, Joe.
I believe you. I think you're definitely up there.
Analytical mastermind. Dashy. Fantastic shots there onto Kreza. Has his Tempest to use, swaps to the ICR, and beams one inside Ice Cream as well. Now 225 off streaks. The entire kill feed lighting up. Green and Optic doubling up their opponents in the lives department, looking to close out this round 2. And they have specialists abound. Look at the edge they have over Trainhard right now, just considering how the 2 rounds have gone.
Yeah, they're going to have everything for round 3 if they want to try to close it out with those specialists. The last-ditch effort coming in from Trainhard. Zeet able to get inside that 18, risk with another one near post. So they're getting the map position that they need, but can they find TJ? This is a big kill. Look at that cluster, a heads-up play to adjust where he wants to put it. And if he goes down, there would be 5 alive on B right now in a potential round for Trainhard. Instead, TJ able to find that cluster
and
kill.
He almost killed himself with the cluster, and then I think somehow found 2 kills after that. He hit himself down to like 30 HP and still makes the play. Risk and Natche, last 2 up. Thought Risk was going to get traded out, but it's not going to matter just based on the time of the clock in round 2 to Optic Gaming. But
thought he had a chance to win a ring last year.
what was his? I remember Gunless had a really disappointing weekend, but
Is
it anybody else? Was it everybody? I can't really remember. I just remember Gunless had like his worst event of the year, but I didn't know. I couldn't remember the other guys.
Just tough. I mean, they played TK round 1 and TK got second, and they had to play LG and losers round 1. It was a very unfortunate bracket for Rise, but it happens.
And LG got what, like top 4, right?
Uh-huh. As Optic will finish this A site, Scump and Dashy trying to get pushed up towards this vending side. Like we talked about, they're going to have all the specialists in the world to try to close this game out towards this B side. Can they get broken control? That's going to be the key thing. Can they set up a nice pincher? Or like you said, they're just going to play around kills for a little bit.
How long can Scump and Crim6 stay alive in the back? Well, Scump going to get caught almost instantly. The push on the other end is going to get thwarted as well. Nice little sequence there from Trainhard to deal with that opening transition from the A site. Now, no 2-pronged attack. Everyone trying to group up towards Broken. You have Tempest, you have War Machine, you have the Grab Slam, you have Tac 5. You've got a lot you can use here to close out this game and really go for the throat. That is a gunfight that Karma should not be winning.
He's still alive.
That gets him forward. 3 go down. That gets an opening foothold towards the point, but the flank comes in from Ice Cream. Scump and Dash able to react quickly enough to make sure they can't pick up multiple players. So now the Tempest tossed in. Is Dashy looking to hit the shots? Unfortunately, more shots going into the car than into the players, but he's gotten into the point. That's a nasty shot. There's 2 that are going to drop. One still knocked behind 18. He's able to get up. In this entire time, Karma was biding his time inside a post, waiting for a grab slam, I think, but he actually does get picked off.
Yeah, I thought Karma was going to just pounce on out, use that grab, but it's still Scump who's controlling the 18 side. Dashy trying to get this Hellstorm through, not going to connect, but TJ used the War Machine like we talked about. They had everything if they wanted to use it to close this round out, and that's exactly what's going on. Dashy with this streak. Karma doesn't even have to use the grab slam. It's a quick 3-0 for Optic Gaming.
Doing his thing, doing his champs thing.
Absolutely, athlete performs at champs. See if he can keep it up, though. Carnage isn't the toughest opponent. See what he can do going forward.
Well, I think the match we're all looking forward to will be that EG Optic Gaming match, which we'll see. Is that tomorrow or later? That's tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow.
It's like the last match, I think.
That makes sense. I mean,
We're going to have some bangers tomorrow night.
We really are. But we'll focus now on this map 4. Optic looking to close out the series over Trainhard on the Hostie and the hard point. And this has been like a fantastic map for Optic at times. A really bad. Was this the map where LG ripped off like the 240 to 10 streak, whatever it was? So I mean, there's definitely been some memories for Optic.
Well, what I was going to say, you talked about frequency being one map that Optic's going to play a lot. This is probably the number 2 map you're going to see Optic play a good amount.
Do you think with kind of the role change with what went down with Karma, and is this a map that maybe you think they can improve on?
I wouldn't see why not, right? I mean, I think, again, the thing I'm looking forward to most is, like, what can Scump do with a Maddox, like, more in his hands, right? Because, obviously, Karma's going to be that SOG entry guy for you, Scump. I think he's still using the SOG here, but if he decides to pull out another Maddox, like, I just feel like that's a gun for him.
Okay. Pretty similar scoreline to what we saw in the opening of the first game. Trainhard started out very nice and then got smoked over the next 3 hard points. Optic will have early control of the garage. Scump, fantastic shots there with the SOG, but the insta-trade comes in for Trainhard. Their next push is coming in. One player, number 8, Yakko, has gone all the way through a rock, and I thought was going to find a fortunate timing. He does get 1 on the Crim 6, but not able to apply any more pressure outside of that, so Optic continue to hold on. There was a bit of a contest in there for Trainhard for a moment. Now it looks like they're able to get in.
In both on frequency and even now Hacienda, like we're seeing Optic always have maybe one more SOG than what we're used to seeing, right? So Karma and Scump keeping those SOGs out as Karma continues to run on through. We saw on frequency they were using 3 SOGs, so maybe that's the game plan for Optic, right? Keep the SOGs in the hands of Scump and Karma and just play with pace.
It's funny because it seemed like when the change first came in, people played like that first day or two, like, probably won't be that big of a difference, that big of a change. It's been a massive difference with the SOG buff. I know it's been a couple months now, but it just seems like it's been more and more influential. Well, especially when you take a look at our last grand final for 2 of the best SOG duo teams, right?
That's how Genji and United got there.
Let's see what Dashi can do from his POV. Trying to patrol fences. Nice shots to deal with that strafe at range. 4 go down. 4 Trainhard. The 5th will fall as well. Now they're all going to be spawning out pretty close at well side, but you've got the angle from mid-connector, so they're just being chopped to bits as they try to get forward towards this hard point. This has been a lovely hold from Optic. In a hard point that's typically pretty scrappy, they make that look pretty clean. And, well, that's what a 5-down scenario can do for you.
They just get pushed out. You have Karma inside connector who's able to lock things down, then Scump got pushed out towards well. And again, that's the thing. When you're running multiple SOGs, you can play with a little bit more quicker. You have, you know, that lightweight on, and you can just sort of go. So now we get towards Rock, a 60-point lead for Optic. We'll see if Trainhard can get back into the game, because this is exactly sort of how map 1 went, right? It was a close game within the first 2 hills, and then Optic just ran away with it.
Can Trainhard stop the bleeding sooner than later? I mean, they did bring it back in a valiant effort, right? They made it a little bit more competitive towards the tail end of the game, but you got to keep it competitive. You have to try and stay at least like that. They keep that deficit between like 50 and 70. Like once it gets above that, Optic may really start to run away with this one. But for now, Trainhard get back into the hard point. Final 15 seconds to go. They'll lock down Rock, and we'll start to think about the next set of rotations. It's Dashi popping up. 1 bullet away from finishing that kill. Snaps back to the other side, and accurate as ever with this Maddox. This is why you want this gun in his hands. One of the best to do it when you talk about the Maddox position. Just the pure amount of damage he's put down since he got set up in top halls.
And nobody in the hill quite yet for Optic, but they're trying to flip the spawns, I think, that so they can set up for garage. They're trying to just chain these 2 hills together, and I think behind that, yeah, you're going to see Karma fly on out and get this time. And you see where Trainhard is spawning. It's just so difficult. What's your decision now? Where do you want to attack this from? Because if you spend too much time on that side of the map, not hitting these outer edges, it's just so tough to get to garage to try to combat that second hill. And while they're doing that, you see 20 seconds have gone by where Optic have just been eating this time up.
And I think that was a good example for maybe an expiring league play player or an amateur player, somebody watching this from home that's trying to get better. A lot of times at hardpoint, don't worry about the time, fight for the spawns first, then worry about accruing the time. And you saw a great performance there from Optic. Is up 65 yet again. They'll hold the spawns for next as well, and they'll get right into garage. A chance to really put Trainhard away here.
I think Karma was trying to go for the grab there, right? Like he was just trying to set that up. Does get caught, but able to win the gunfight. Some nice crack shots out of Karma from that staircase, but it's another scenario where you just have the specialist advantage right now for Optic Gaming if they want to use it. The War Machine's used by TJ.
Crim 6 picks up some streaks. TJ picks up some streaks. Is everything clicking right now for Optic Gaming. 1 member gets caught reloading, so TJ's streak stays alive. I thought he was dead to rights and not going to get the Hellstorm, but somehow he's able to do it. TJ and Crim will both drop after those massive streaks, but they're sitting at 17 and 13 and 16 and 8 respectively. Crim going to call in the Hellstorm right when he comes off a spawn. Just hover it.
And
not get the kill. Was he trying to just like split them there to hit both?
I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Flat jacket's really good.
No, it is. I just think he could have got that a little bit closer to the player.
It's a missile.
Yeah. Oh, not the strongest missile, I guess, Joe.
No, not.
This was the hard point last time where Optic really, really dominated Trainhard. So Trainhard will get the early spawns this time. They've got to be much better and not allow Optic to come in with the quick break, but they're going to throw streaks at it. TJ, one with the Hellstorm, spots one well side at the tail end of that. Wrist does a great job, though, getting a two-piece during that streak, so keeps Trainhard in the fight. Karma, though, in, and Karma goes in big. Nice shots out of the SOG. Crim6 is going to call in his Vision Pulse as well. War Machine used, another streak comes in. That's a chance right there where Trainhard can get back into the game and Optic say hell no.
Yeah, I mean, even behind the break that you saw from Optic, you saw all of Trainhard. They spawned close fences, so they could have got right back into the hard point, but the Vision Pulse was used. Another streak was used. Like you said, it was almost like they were just trying to just close this game out right then and there. Just try to keep that lead as high as possible.
Because they have War Machine, too. I mean, they use just about everything.
Everything.
But I like it. I mean, yeah, just make sure you don't let Trainhard kind of sniff that comeback, right?
Yeah, now you have Karma with the Grav Slam. If he wants to use it at this rock hill, he's just trying to get top off his control so his teammates can get pushed up, and then behind it, he's going to fly. As TJ found his second kill, Crim was setting up the pinch. He's able to wall bang Kreza. A nice break from Optic.
And you got to think you have free streaks here if you're Karma. You're 90 off, and you have a Hellstorm to use, and Yakko, who might have actually killed him, gets caught by the Tempest. So what a change that is, because Dashy gets the kill, gets a streak, keeps Karma alive, who then gets the kill onto the player going into the Grav Slam, and also gets streaks. That couldn't have worked out better for Optic. Nice shot there from Dashy.
Yeah, Dashy's able to find the lightning. Karma's able to find his lightning as well. Karma was trying to use the Grav Slam to secure the Hellstorm and get to, but he got cut down by Yakko. But even in map 1, Yakko, when he tried to use the Grav Slam the first time, he got shot melee. It just feels like that hasn't been able to connect for him in important times.
Good job by Optic Gaming dealing with it, right? Now, just 20 points away from closing out their first series.
And I think so far, like, besides the search, the respawns have been comfortable. Very, very comfortable for Optic.
So you like what you've seen out of them early?
Yeah, you can't be mad about it. I mean, I think you would like a 3-0, but the search and destroy was close enough. A couple of plays go a little bit differently for them. They probably win that map.
Still 2 streaks to use with just 20 points needed. They've got garage side control, just trying to fight to get the rock part of it locked down as well. Crim6 gets a little bit of help. Crim having a fantastic game.
26 and 10.
5 in a row, and a guy that's, I think, taking some flack for his performances over the last couple of events, really stepping it up, at least within this map.
Reasonable flat, though, right? Like, just hasn't had good stats with the ICR. And we've seen what the ICR role has done for teams like 100 Thieves, right? It's led them to titles.
He's the greatest player of all time. He needs to play like it.
Yep. That's a good point, Clint.
He's doing it here. Can he do it throughout the weekend and maybe get that one last run for this Optic team in the final tournament of the year? Prowse looking to close out this final map, but Trainhard making it difficult for them to do so with a solid holding garage. They're still going to be down, just over 60 points. So, I mean, there's still a chance to do this. The problem, though, you still have the streak available on Optic Gaming. Sorry, the 2 streaks available on Optic Gaming.
You would love some streaks if you are Trainhard, but I just don't think those are going to come through. I mean, this reminds me of map 1, where like Optic, they do everything in their power to keep that lead and basically close out the game. And now Trainhard feels they have started to woken on up. Vision Pulse coming through from Zeke to try to help them win this rotation. TJ just getting tagged up through the fence, somehow still alive. On the other side, it's Scum. Able to find that. Here comes that lightning strike. That ping gonna allow them to find Natche, you would think, but he finds 3 kills.
Okay, I don't know how the hell Natche just got 3. And you mentioned them desperately need some streaks.
Oh.
Had a chance to do it, but Crim shuts it down. Optic get back into the hard point with 10 more points needed. I thought Natche maybe just made the play for some heroic, insane comeback to get to a map 5, but falls just a little bit short. And this will be the final player with a chance to get in. He'll be locked down. Optic Gaming do it, take their first series victory.
We're gonna hand it over now to Jess doing our PlayStation Instant Reaction with Optic Gaming.
Thank you, Katie. So TJ, how do you feel about that 3-1 victory, especially compared with any expectations you might have had headed into that match?
We're feeling pretty good about that win. We didn't really know what to expect from them because they're an M team. We haven't really seen them much this game. But, yeah, no, it felt good to win that series, and it was pretty convincing, and looking forward to the rest of the event.
I know that you have had a few role changes. What is the current state of things with regards to those current roles?
Damon's using a SOG more. I'm using a Maddox more on some maps, but back to like the old roles like we used to. That was what we had the most success with, so might as well go back to it.
So during that match, one of the casters had said something along the lines of, this will set the stage for the rest of the event with Optic. I know you mentioned earlier you're feeling pretty good, but you know, if the rest of the event goes how this series went, how are you feeling?
We're feeling really good. We just got to clean up our search a little bit, but our respawn's looking really good so far, and we're just really excited to get the rest of the weekend going.
Glad to hear. Well, thank you so much. This has been your PlayStation Instant Reaction. Back over to the desk.